to the channel. Today we're talking about the 10 privileges Camilla will receive now that she's Queen Consort. Starting off with number 10, traditions. Now that King Charles has become king, Camilla's royal title has made quite a bit of news. Considering her status as his second wife and the grief that washed over Britain following the loss of his former wife, Princess Diana, we all know how much the people of Britain admired Princess Di when Charles and her were still together. And even after she left the palace, Diana was still known as the people's princess and even the Queen of Hearts. Charles and the royal household have moved carefully on the matter, mindful of lingering public perceptions of Camilla as the third person that ruined the marriage between Charles and the beloved princess. Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, will be known as Queen Consort, a title that came with Queen Elizabeth's blessing after years of contention dating back to the days before she even married King Charles. It wasn't always a given that the 75-year-old Camilla would take the title, even though it gives her none of the sovereign's powers. But over the decades, Camilla has won over large parts of the British public with her discretion, down-to-earth personality, and loyalty to her husband. A May 2022 poll found that just 20% of the British public believed that Camilla should take on the title of Queen Consort, with nearly 40% believing that she should still be called the Princess Consort. Charles also has big shoes to fill now that he is king. Another poll results list Charles as the 7th most popular royal family member, with nearly a quarter of Brits saying they disapprove of him. By contrast, Queen Elizabeth's approval rating on the day of her passing was at a high of 75%. Camilla's new title expands her role at his coronation, which will likely not come for several months as per standard royal tradition. When Camilla and Charles married in a low-key civil ceremony in 2005, she was in fact the new Princess of Wales, Diana's title, but she styled herself the Duchess of Cornwall instead. Palace officials said for years that Camilla intended to be known as Princess Consort instead of the traditional Queen Consort when Charles acceded to the throne. Downs recalled a reception held for her. She went around and spoke to everybody there, and I just can't imagine how tiring that must have been. I came away with a lot of respect for her and her style. Seems like Camilla made sure she would have a better reputation before Charles became king. Smart thinking, Camilla. On to number 9, Queen Liz and the public's acceptance. During a message to mark the 70th anniversary of her accession to the throne, Queen Elizabeth determined that Camilla would become Queen Consort when Charles takes the throne. Historically, in a monarchy, it is customary for the wife of the reigning monarch to automatically become queen when their husband ascends to the throne. In rare instances, when monarchies don't use the term Queen Consort, then the spouse may go by the title of Princess Consort. The Queen made a statement at the time: "I would like to express my thanks to you all for your support. I remain eternally grateful for and humbled by the loyalty and affection that you continue to give me. And when in the fullness of time my son Charles becomes king, I know you will give him and his wife Camilla the same support that you have given me. And it is my sincere wish that when that time comes, Camilla will be known as Queen Consort as she continues her loyal service." She received the blessings of the late Queen herself, which helped the public accept her. On to number 8, scandals. Though Camilla is married to the now King of England, she was not always guaranteed the title of Queen. Charles and Camilla married back in 2005, and at the time, the Prince of Wales website said she would take the title of Princess Consort, not Queen, if and when Charles ascended to the throne. Of course, this is both Charles and Camilla's second marriage. The new king was famously married to Diana, Princess of Wales, from 1981 to 96 when they divorced. Diana later passed away in a car crash in 1997. Camilla was previously married as well to British Army officer Andrew Parker Bowles. They divorced in 95, though Charles and Camilla carried on a romance for years while they were married to other people. History shows us that a Princess Consort title would have been unusual. Over the years, Camilla has gained Queen Elizabeth's trust, something publicly acknowledged when she was appointed to the Order of the Garter in late 2021, the highest honor the monarchy can bestow, notes Christine Queen Contino, chief reporter at Royal Central and author of A House Full of Windsor. Camilla has come a long way in terms of public favor since the Diana days. It's always been said that Charles would prefer her to be known as his queen, which is understandable. Counting down to number 7, public acceptance. Camilla has gradually gained more acceptance from a public that once held little warmth for her before her marriage to Charles, remembering her ongoing involvement with him during his ultimately doomed marriage to Diana. Now, however, with the latest appointment, Camilla has become a member of the highest order within the UK's honor system. Unlike most other honors, which are awarded on the advice of the government and are selected by expert committees, this is in the direct gift of the Queen, said Craig Prescott, a constitutional expert at Bangor University in Wales. This is entirely her decision. The core of the order, however, are the 24 knights and ladies. They tend to be senior figures from public life, including former prime ministers. And then there are the royal knights and ladies, the category Camilla has joined and to which other members of the royal family are appointed. Number 6, Princess Consort. Before they married, it had been announced that Camilla would be known as Princess Consort and not Queen when the time came. But putting that idea out in the public domain may have been something of a PR exercise, no? The Princess Consort title was an ill-advised invention at the time of their marriage to make Camilla more acceptable when sympathy for Diana was still running high. Prince Charles's advisors tried to hedge the issue at the time by saying that it was only intended that Camilla be Princess Consort. Princess Consort is a lesser title, and an act of parliament ratified by the Commonwealth realms would be needed for Camilla to be given it. The process could create unnecessary controversy and prevent a smooth transition for Charles. Number 5, Queen Consort. The Queen's recent announcement was likely intended to gain more support for Camilla. As they say, Princess Diana fans could feel hostile towards the idea of Camilla becoming queen. With the heightened hostility towards Camilla becoming Queen Consort, we are seeing more conversations about defining the Queen Consort role to differentiate between Queen Elizabeth's reign and responsibilities and what Camilla's position will look like. It's important to note that the Duchess of Cornwall is solely dependent on Prince Charles for her position. Schofield went on to say, when Prince or King Charles dies, Prince William immediately becomes king. Camilla could be officially crowned Queen Consort in a ceremony following Charles's elaborate coronation, according to the royal website. Unless decided otherwise, a Queen Consort is crowned with the king in a similar but simpler ceremony, the royal website states. If the new sovereign is a queen, her consort is not crowned or anointed at the coronation ceremony. Number 4, line of succession. In the British monarchy, the spouse of the reigning monarch does not take the throne if their partner dies. So, if King Charles were to pass away, then the throne would be passed on to his eldest son, Prince William, who is first in the line of succession. If this were to happen, it isn't fully clear how Parker Bowles' role would change. It is likely that she might be referred to as the Queen Dowager, which is a term given to the widows of late kings. Meanwhile, if she were the mother of Prince William, then she would be referred to as the Queen Mother, which is how Queen Elizabeth's mother was referred to following the passing of King George VI in 1952. But since Camilla is not the mother of the Prince of Wales, it might ultimately be up to William to determine what she is called if King Charles were to pass. Number 3, Camilla's children. Camilla and Charles have no children together, but she has 2 grown children from her first marriage to Andrew Parker Bowles, Tom Parker and Laura Lopez. Will they be elevated in some way by being related to a princess consort or king's consort or queen? It isn't likely. Tom, who is a well-known food critic and cookbook author, does help with Camilla's reading room project, and Laura's daughter Eliza was a bridesmaid in William and Kate's wedding. But other than that, we don't see the Parker Bowles family out too often at royal events. Aside from attending the coronation or possibly some other big royal celebrations, it is unlikely that Charles will give them titles. On to number 2, the People's Consort. A 70-something queen consort talking about difficult issues like domestic violation and female female genital mutilation is, some might say, a queen for the modern world. And while Charles and Camilla may not represent youth and glamour like the Cambridges, together with William and Kate, they formed a new sort of Fab Four. At an age where retirement should be on the horizon, Camilla is in for the long haul, something her family says she is fully willing to embrace. She is very strong, resilient, and patient, says Elliot. She is also very committed to supporting her husband in all he does and very forthright in supporting the causes she believes in. She's practical and very determined, says Kelly. I think as queen that will be very important, and she's clearly a great supporter of Charles. They are a great couple, and I think together they will build a platform for getting society to care about vulnerability. Perhaps Camilla's greatest success is that she has never tried to upstage Charles, nor has she tried to shape the role to her advantage. I think that she proves the power of silence, says Claire. She's found her place, and I think that's partly down to knowing she has been accepted. It's like a ship sailing across the ocean. She's finally gotten to her destination. And finally, number 1, low maintenance. While she makes the job look fun and breezy, Camilla finds the overseas travel hard work. She is low maintenance, traveling with a small entourage that includes a private secretary, personal assistant, dresser, and hairdresser. She often does her own makeup and travels lighter than her husband, but she doesn't enjoy flying and can't bear the heat. She sometimes struggles to keep up with the workaholic prince who doesn't break for lunch. From very early on, she clearly said, "I am not going to go at the same pace as the boss," says Harrison. "I'm not going to do 5 engagements a day without any lunch and then do 2 engagements in the evening. It's just, you know, the boss can do that. I can't." So real, Camilla. I wouldn't either. Charles is keen to make sure that his wife doesn't burn out. Their marriage is very much an equal partnership founded on a deep love and a mutual understanding. They love and respect each other and laugh at the same things, says Elliot. She will always see the absurd in many things and does not take herself too seriously and is very witty. That is all for today's top 10. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more royal updates, and I'll catch you next time on The Rich Life.